Good afternoon. Welcome to 3 Marketing Must-Dos, a marketing webinar presented by Emmis Marketing. We're going to go ahead and get started to be mindful of everyone's time. But today we're going to cover 3 marketing considerations that business owners and marketers should consider during today's current business and social climate. Just a reminder, there will be Q&A throughout the webinar. We'll get to your questions following today's presentation. If you have questions throughout today's webinar, please refer to the Zoom toolbar and use the chat box, and we'll get to your answer or your Q&A following today's presentation. This webinar will last roughly 25 minutes, so we'll give you about a half hour of your time back. My name is Bob Parrish. I'm the Director of Business Development for Emmis Marketing, based here in Indianapolis. And over my 20+ years in media, I've never gone through a time like we're currently experiencing. Now, I don't claim to have all of the answers for marketers or businesses, but over the last 3 to 4 weeks, I've been talking with business leaders, business owners, colleagues, marketers, and we've been consuming a lot of blog and article content from marketing experts across the country. And we feel like we've come away with 3 common recommendations for marketers to consider right now for their business. So with that said, let's get going with 3 marketing must-dos. Number 3, auditing your messaging. It's really important for you to evaluate all of the copy against all of your marketing channels. Whether it's paid or organic, what you're saying in today's social climate truly matters. We recommend that you check all automated scheduling software. For email, if you use MailChimp or Constant Contact, understanding any future messaging that you have scheduled already, making sure that the tone is on point with today's current social climate. On the social media side, if you use platforms like Hootsuite or Buffer, taking a peek at the future messages that you have scheduled to make sure that your message and creative makes sense. Context is important. Don't be tone deaf. We'll demonstrate a brand that was perceived as tone deaf as a result of not checking their automated scheduling software. Be empathetic, yet playful with your copy. Let's not forget, at the end of the day, this is still advertising. It should be fun and edgy. Adjust your copy to match the current lifestyle of your customer. Look, we've all had our lives disrupted over the last couple of weeks. So making sure that your copy and what you're saying against all of your channels matches that current lifestyle of your core consumer. Now, there are numerous brands in this market in particular that have already taken advantage and have done this. Many healthcare brands, if you hear or see any of their messaging currently, they've stopped promoting their service lines. They've now switched to more of a PSA message, being informative to the consumer. There's also a local tire company who has made changes to their copy. And actually, they made changes to the way they do business. They're no longer taking appointments at the shop for service, but they are doing drop-off and picking up the vehicle from home. This is a perfect example of matching your current lifestyle of your customer. And at the end of the day, be creative. You're creative, and the more creative you can be reigns over everything. Now let's demonstrate the brand that had to step into damage control mode. One day after President Trump announced a ban on European travel, Spirit Airlines sent out an email to their internal database with the headline, "Never a better time to fly." Now, we know that the rates are really great right now. However, this was perceived as tone deaf. Nearly 25% of their entire database opened that email. And boy, did they take it on the chin. They had to step into damage control mode and send out apology social media posts across all of their channels. This was a result of them not checking their automated software. This message and the copy was already pre-approved and scheduled to go out. Don't make that mistake. On the other hand, there are brands who are getting it right, and they're doing exactly what we're recommending. And of course, we would expect a global brand like Nike to have this figured out. But as a result of a quick message audit, and a quick and flexible creative team and inside marketing team, they crush it with this beautiful Instagram ad. The copy says, if you ever dreamed of playing for millions around the world, now is your chance. Play inside, play for the world. Now, at the time of this screenshot, they had nearly 14 million views on this particular piece of copy. Since, Nike has approached their Nike athletes like Tiger Woods and Cristiano Ronaldo to use their social media with the same messaging. However, they've asked them to demonstrate them playing their sport inside. Brands like Adidas and Under Armour have followed suit. Most of them have stopped using direct-to-consumer messaging and are now using their platforms and their massive voice as public service announcements similar to Nike. Another brand who's done just this is a brand called Transcend. Transcend is a fashion clothing company, and they did not change their product. They're still selling the same product they were 3 to 4 weeks ago. However, the copy is fitting the lifestyle of their consumer. Due to the shelter in place and the social distancing that's being recommended, their copy reads, "The not going outfit box." They're experiencing fantastic engagement on this ad. And then one that I caught last night was from Uber. Their messaging typically is about driving rides, soliciting rides from consumers. But in their social media, they're saying a company that moves people is asking you not to move. Together we can stop this. Another example of a beautiful execution of leveraging the media that they have in place already, but changing their messaging to fit the lifestyle of the consumer. Number 2, head down, let's go. What exactly does that mean? Well, when asked about what businesses should be doing currently in their marketing, my colleague, Eric Wannenberg from WIBC and The Fan in Indianapolis, says, when business is good, you should advertise. When business is bad, you must advertise. Let's not forget that consumer confidence isn't shattered. Think of all the Indiana people who had to cancel their spring break plans, and think of all the stimulus money that they'll be hitting their account in the next couple of weeks. Our economy is based on consumer spending. If you're open, let the consumer know about it. Perhaps your business strategies or how you engage with the customer is a little bit different, but you should definitely let them know. And although your messaging may have shifted, now is the perfect time to own your category or your market. We'll talk briefly about share of voice and share of category in your marketing. And ultimately, understand that throughout the course of history, and even today during turmoil and crisis, consumers are more dialed into media than ever before. Own it. Remember, you're in the business of trading attention. All signs from the experts point to staying the course. Don't walk away from your investments in marketing and promotions. When others are pulling back, businesses have an opportunity to take away market share from their competition by ramping up their marketing and promotion efforts. Millward Brown, a marketing expert, says if you increase your marketing investment at a time when competitors are reducing theirs, you should substantially increase the saliency of your brand. This could help you establish an advantage that can be maintained for many years. Millward goes on to say that brands who tend to back off of their marketing and advertising can actually set their brand backwards up to 5 years. So now is a perfect time as other brands in your category and in your market, as they pull back, it's time for you to take away that market share. When it comes to gaining market share or category share, the most perfect example of this comes from nearly a century ago during the Great Depression. And if you're a marketer or business owner, it's likely that you've seen an article similar to this or blogs talking about this exact example. Post, at the time, Post cereal, they were top dog in the cereal space. But when the Great Depression hit, they decided to pull back their marketing. They cut their spend dramatically. However, Kellogg's, which was number 2 in the cereal space, doubled down. They increased their marketing efforts and their budget by nearly 100%. And within the next few years, they grew their market share by 30%, and they've not looked back. It's happened throughout the course of history with brands, and it continues to happen through today's climate. Consumers are dialed in and consuming more media than ever. Nielsen data suggests that people who are working remotely are watching up to 3 hours more a week of traditional television. The COVID-19 virus is also likely to increase usage of social media. Let's dive into that a little bit. Staying at home leads to a nearly 60% increase in the amount of content consumed, both on the traditional side with traditional television and radio, but also when it comes to new media, social media, and the internet. If you're looking at what type of category I should put my messaging around, what sort of targeting on the contextual side should you consider, I would look no further than the news category. The week of March 9th saw nearly 523 million visits to 40 select news sites. That's 100 million more than the next highest week, which was the previous week of March 2nd. So when you're looking at targeting your display ads or your video ads, or even your traditional channels, consider news. Additionally, total digital visits the week of March 9th were up 425% in the US compared to January 6th. Digital visits were up 79% versus the prior week. And when it comes to mobile visits were up 112% over the prior week and up nearly 700% compared to January 6th. So getting your ad, your messaging in front of people on smartphones by using tactics like geo-cookie technology or geofencing is wildly important. And number one, plan ahead and consider new mediums. Plan for what lies ahead. With lifestyle adjustments, how people are using businesses today, it might be time to augment your approach in how you drive business. So we recommend planning ahead with your internal marketing team or your local consultants like Emmis to be ready to launch a new strategy when COVID-19 is behind us. Consider conquering new ad channels like connected TV or OTT. These channels are booming right now, and we have more data to back that up. Perhaps it's unleashing the power of social. We'll talk a little bit about the what and why of the Facebook pixel. Or if you're looking at driving instant leads, gaining more data from your potential customers, or building loyalty with your current customer base, consider promotions, providing the most value for your consumer. When we talk about considering new strategies and planning ahead, one of the tactics you could employ is the marketing strategy model, using trained marketing strategists and facilitators to help you shift into new business strategies. Let's face it, the current social climate has likely changed the benefits that consumers seek from your business. It's likely much different than it was 3 to 4 weeks ago. The perception in the marketplace of your brand might be completely different today. How you position yourself and how you want to do business with that target likely is completely different. Know that you don't have to do this alone. That's why we consider a marketing strategy model session. This is a free service that Emmis provides that can help qualifying businesses. When we talk about conquering new platforms, new technologies, connected TV and OTT is a perfect place to consider. Nearly 70% of all households currently stream video to their smart TV. That's called connected TV. You might have heard of it as OTT or over the top. This is a much more efficient way to put out your video and TV advertising. You'll receive unmatched reporting metrics that traditional television simply cannot demonstrate. And you can eliminate TV waste. Ads will only play when users are actively engaged in your content. Plus, we can tell you by zip code where you've had the most views. So versus buying the entire market, you can be very specific in geographic locations and where you're putting your message out. Why is OTT and connected TV an important piece to your marketing mix today? New data from Broadcasting Cable and Nielsen says that since COVID-19 began spreading, an estimated 3/4 of consumers in the US have added a streaming subscription and or online streaming TV device. That's a huge number. My household is a perfect example of this. We are not cord cutters. We have AT&T cable. I subscribe to Netflix. We have Amazon Video, HBO to go. But just last week, we added Hulu Live as another streaming subscription to our household. So this number, this stat, likely true. Get social. The Facebook Custom Audience Pixel might be the best tool that you didn't know existed. Right now, you can leverage 17 standard Facebook events to track conversions across different site categories on your site. And even if you're not spending money in social media right now with Facebook or Instagram, you can start building those custom audiences for future campaigns by installing the Facebook Pixel. At the end of the day, when you get back to spending in social, you're able to manage conversions and build efficiencies in your social budget. The team at Emmis Marketing has social media strategists that can help you manage your Facebook Pixel and all of your social media advertising. Perhaps it's promotions that you need. Now, this graph demonstrates from our promotions technology provider how big of a business that promotions is compared to local advertising. Promotions will be a $300 billion business by the year 2022. What are promotions? We'll talk a little bit more about that on the next slide. But if it's getting user-submitted data from potential customers, executing a promotion using ad technology and engagement platforms, promotions is likely for you. If you're looking to put product or a service in the hands of a new customer, promotions is probably for you. And if you look at a traditional marketing funnel, promotions helps escort that user from the middle of the funnel all the way to the point of purchase. And then you're able to earn that customer's loyalty on an ongoing basis. Here's a perfect example. This comes from a solar panel company, and they're looking to collect data on potential customers. Well, obviously, the first data point they want to know is, do you own a home? The next data point is, have you considered purchasing a solar panel system before? This is going to help them narrow their target. So what are promotions exactly? It could be an online sweepstakes, a giveaway, where you're actually giving a user an experience. It could be simply engagement quizzes that are distributed and amplified through social media. Voting ballots, really any online engagement tool that allows you to collect information from potential customers is a promotion. And the best part is we can give you leads instantly. When users check the box, we send an email directly to your inbox with their name and whatever relevant data is important to you and your business. So if this makes sense for you, promotions is likely a new tactic to consider. Let's show you a couple of examples from the financial category. This is a simple engagement quiz titled, "Are you ready for retirement?" The sponsor is Edward Jones. Simply 8 to 9 questions asking the potential core target if they're ready for retirement. Ultimately, this quiz generated over 130 submissions. Of those 136 submissions, 10 people raised their hand to receive more information from Edward Jones. And of those 10, 6 were actual hard sales leads. That gives the Edward Jones broker an opportunity to sell their product or service to that consumer. That's ROI. Another example from the financial category is in the form of a sweepstakes or a contest, where Orange County Tax is giving users an opportunity to win a free tax return and a $250 check. They promoted this on their website and in social media channels. Over the course of this campaign, they delivered over 2,100 entries, and of those 2,100, nearly 415 opt-ins for the advertiser. That's 414 new opportunities to sell their tax service to consumers in that market. So, short and sweet, there you have it. Audit your current messaging. Have an understanding and evaluate every ad channel, paid or organic. Look at all of your scheduling software when it comes to email or social media. Make sure that you're not tone deaf and that your context is on point with today's current business and social climate. Head down, keep moving forward. Brands from the past like Kellogg's and many others who are not backing away from their investment are going to reap the rewards sooner than anybody else. And plan ahead. Consider new strategies. Perhaps it's a marketing strategy model that you need. Let us help you identify the benefits sought from the consumer, help you position yourself correctly, and provide the right market perceptions. Or perhaps it's OTT, connected TV, being more efficient in your TV advertising. Maybe it's in implementing the Facebook pixel or promotions. But plan ahead and consider new strategies for when COVID-19 is behind us. Again, I'm Bob Parrish, Director of Business Development at Emmis Marketing. See if we have any questions. Just a reminder, this webinar will be on demand. Once we finish today, we'll be sending this link out to you for you to share with your internal teams. If you saw anything today that makes sense for your business or you want to learn more about products or strategies, please reach out to your Emmis Marketing or Emmis Communications account executive or visit us online at emmis.marketing. Stay healthy, be safe. Thank you very much.